Hello subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. Now this is a rare thing for me. I've come to an abandoned building in the west of Melbourne over the Westgate Bridge. Now this building is known as the Bradmill Denim Factory, and a little bit of history behind this building. It was built and started operations in 1927 and ceased operations in 2007. Now this building is actually quite significant because this building created denim, the same denim that you might see in jeans or workwear, but what this factory did was make that denim not from cotton but actually wool, which was quite unique, quite revolutionary in its day. And unfortunately the building and the business ceased and it was sent overseas, obviously to China, one could surmise, and that's where all this new manufacturing takes place for this quality garment that they once made here in Melbourne. The building itself is located at 230 Fogarty Avenue in Yarravile. It's on the west side of the Westgate Bridge, and the most recent event for this area or for this building was that it was sold in 2015 for the sum of $160 million, and it has been rezoned as for residential and commercial or industrial development. So in this area that we're looking at, it will be a residential location with small business and a retail outlet. That all occurred in 2011. Another interesting thing I need to point out, that under no terms should someone enter a building if it's cordoned off or has signs to say it's condemned, unsafe to enter, or any prohibiting suggestion or sign not to enter. On my occasion when I arrived at these buildings, there was no such thing. There was no trespassing signs, there was no notice from authorities to say it had an environmental impact issue in relation to maybe asbestos or anything like that. All I can suggest is that if you do arrive here, have good sturdy footwear when entering, and obviously if signs do somehow pop up in the meantime, you have to abide by them and do not enter. You'll see that there's plenty of walkways through the grass, through over the years of people just making their way around here. It is worth going to have a look, but obviously safety should be paramount with anyone that's entering. But please observe any signs that go up. There weren't any signs when I arrived. I was conscious of them but couldn't find any. So please enjoy as I take you around. So here we are at the very top of the building that had the chimney alongside it and the ramp that takes you right up to the top. Now I've come up the stairwell. The stairwell is made out of steel. It feels structurally strong, but that's my opinion. Once again, once you do venture into this building, be very wary of where you put your feet. Who's to say that maybe someone has come in here and undone some bolts deliberately? You would never know. It is a poorly lit building, so once again it is a case of enter at your own risk. I'm suggesting that you don't enter unless you do have your wits about you, and move through the building in a cautious and risk managed approach to wherever you place your feet. I'm very conscious of where I go and where I place my feet to ensure that it does feel structurally sound. That said, it is my opinion, and as I said, a lot of people obviously come into this building, and we wouldn't know exactly what they do inside this building. You do have people who will remove the steel for its recycle value. I think that any other types of metals have already been stripped out of this building. Here I am trying to explain a few things, but the wind is so strong that the audio comes across quite poorly. And as you're going up this building, it can be a little bit spooky. By that I mean, as you can see above my head, it's corrugated iron, and quite a number of them are a little bit loose, and as the wind blows it does flap, which gives a suggestion that the place is going to fall down. I don't think it will, but once again, you've got to use caution. I'm trying to focus down the ramp here. Obviously I'm old and technology's sort of, I've got to learn as I go, and the ramp is very, very steep. I still haven't worked out what that car there, or that cart that obviously travels up and down, I might look into it. If I get a chance to make mention of it, I will in this video. Here we are going down this steel ramp. A lot of pigeons, a lot of pigeon poop, so that's another thing you have to consider. Obviously for safety, we all are aware that there are a number of diseases associated with birds and their poo, but I just found it fascinating looking down on such a high structure. It is a big drop. Geez, if I was an health and safety, I would condemn the building immediately. I am a little bit concerned. That's just me probably being a parent. If a child was to come here, because the risk is very high for someone to slip or fall, especially on a wet day when walking around on steel. This said, obviously, you know, there've been generations of men working here, women as well, and what you probably see is what their safety standards were like back in the day. At this point, I'd like to give credit where credit's due. Now, some of these kids who are doing some of the murals do a pretty good job. It's just a pity that they can't find an avenue where they can maybe generate some sort of an income or a career out of. The taggers, well, I don't even know what the message is with those sort of things, but some of these murals are very, very good. They're crisp, they look great. I'm not sure if they can be transferred maybe onto t-shirts or some sort of wear that could be sold. But yeah, I have to give credit where credit's due. I do like some of the murals, they're very good. Tagging, well, not so much. And then you've got the other types of graffiti that I don't even know what the message is there. I think it's just they're trying to run out the can of paint so they can toss it. But yeah, so it's just interesting that some of the artwork can't be reproduced or made onto some sort of garment for kids to wear, or some other alternative way of them generating some income. Maybe me being from a surfing background and from skiing and I used to enjoy skateboarding, it's a pity these things can't be reproduced on boards, surfboards, skis, skateboards, because the talent is there. Look, there's no question about it. Obviously, where people get annoyed is when they're doing it on private property or inappropriate areas, regardless if it's a mural or not. But yeah, I have to give credit where credit's due. I don't mind the murals. The murals look quite good. The fancy words with the difficulty in trying to read these things, maybe for my generation, is difficult, and I just see a bunch of colours and words that make no sense, whereas the other taggers that don't even go to the effort of colouring in their block fonts, it's just a waste of paint, I think. But other than that, we go into a number of other buildings here. Once again, there's nothing to stop anyone going in. There are just no signs anywhere, and all I'd like to repeat is if kids are always going to enter these sort of locations, if they are watching this video, I hope I don't come across as a parent, but I probably do. Just make sure you've got some sturdy footwear, observe signs that tells you not to go in there, and have a good time, I guess. But just watch out for each other. Try not to go into these places by yourselves. There could be people in there that maybe have a substance abuse problem. I was expecting to find a group of maybe some homeless people that are affected either mentally or with that substance abuse, and I was already in my mind working out how I would communicate with them to show that I was no real threat to them and that I was just coming here to do a video footage. But yeah, you've got to bear all those things in mind. There are people who unfortunately in society live in these sort of locations, and if you do move into their territory, they feel threatened and could be quite argumentative, if not physical. So once again, those kids or young teenagers that like to venture in these places, just be very cautious in what you do, and always have your escape plan. Make sure you know the way in, the way out, and all that sort of stuff. So I won't bore you with my parental thoughts, and we'll continue on with the video. So here we are, coming to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have a great day. Be positive. And once again, if you want to leave a comment, please do. Give me a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions, by all means, leave it in the comments. So once again, see you later and see you in the next one. Bye for now.